And we are live. Hello, everyone. We are so glad to have you with us tonight. Tonight, we are going to do a reset. We're going to close into June and we're just going to see what's going on and just kind of see what people might want to do. And with me is my sister from another mister, Leona from Ebony Ivy Thyme. Hey, Leona.
Hey, Denise, how are you?
You know what? I'm doing good, and I am really excited about June, about having a fresh start and really simple joys. I think I really want to simplify for summer. I really do. I have just been going full steam ahead, and I want to simplify for summer.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It has been quite a rush since January. In fact,
Mhm.
since Thanksgiving, it's been
Yes.
nonstop. And so it will be nice to just take a summer aha.
Hmm. Just
So I'm looking forward to that.
right. So, for those of you that are out there that regularly follow me and Miss Leona, you can tell that I am not in my usual space. I'm not at home. I had to go away because I'm doing a mission of mercy for the next few days. But we're still here. We want to keep things simple and easy. So, we may not be on as long as we normally are. But it's a new month, and I just thought it would be nice for us to just to kind of catch up, just to kind of chat, maybe just to reflect just a little bit and just share some of those things that I've been loving lately in my homemaking. And
Mhm. Oh yeah. And
Miss
hopefully
Leona,
I'm loving a few things too myself, Miss Denise. And I'm hoping everyone else is loving a few things.
so I'm hoping that you guys will share what one thing that's making your life a little bit lighter right now. What's been making things a little bit easier? And I got my notes down here just so I don't forget anything. And if you guys want to make comments or reflect on the challenge that we just finished up, you're welcome to do that, even though we did a pretty good wrap up on your show last week. But just in case, I
Mhm.
want people to know we're open to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this is going to be so much fun because I think at this point, probably all of us need to do a little bit of a reset just to be able to take a breath and to get comfortable and relaxed for the summer.
Okay, and then here's the thing. One of the things that I want to hang on a second. I
We
want
have one person when you got him.
if I
I
can get it.
got him. I deleted him.
Okay.
Okay.
So one of the things that I mentioned that I'm on a mission of mercy. So what I
Mhm.
mean by that is that I'm not at home because one of my relatives is having a bilateral mastectomy tomorrow. That means she's having both of her breasts removed. And Leona, I'm wondering if you could say a prayer for her. Just, and
Mhm.
then as you say the prayer, I would like for all the ladies here on the chat to also join in praying and sending good vibes because, I think it's something that many of us as women can relate to. And I can certainly,
Mhm.
we can all benefit from that prayer. So if you don't mind.
I don't mind. And I want to include another person who is also on Monday having surgery for breast cancer as well. And you know what it has really, before we pray, what has really come to light is the fact that so many young women as well, we used to think it was only older women who
Yes.
had these problems, but an awful lot of young women are having concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Miss Denise, if that person pops up again, I guess we'll have to ban them. He
Okay.
came back and I eliminated him, but I guess if he pops up
If,
again,
if
well,
you get him again, give him a timeout for like 24 hours.
okay, okay. All right. If everyone will pray with us. Dear Heavenly Father, we are just so grateful for having this opportunity of coming together as sisters and brothers and being able to take the time to be able to share and to care with each other. And Lord, we want to take the time tonight to be able to, first of all, just say thank you. Thank you for your mercies and your grace and your all that you do for us every day. Second, Lord, we want to be able to bring to you two ladies that we have. We have Miss Denise's cousin that we want to bring to you, who's going to be going into surgery tomorrow. Lord, we just want you to put your hands on her, put your hands on those who are going to be in the operating room with her, touch them, touch her healing. And we just know that in advance that you are going to pave the way, that she will come out on the other end healthier. And we just thank you for that. And same goes for my former daughter-in-law, who I know has been going through some things. And I am just so grateful that she was able to get to the doctor early, and that the surgery that she's going to have is not going to be quite as evasive, but nonetheless, it's something that she needs to take care of. And I thank you for that, for revealing that to her. And for both of these ladies, I'm happy that they have family. Lord, thank you for that, that they have people who can come and help tend to them while they go through these particular procedures. Lord, I thank you for Miss Denise. I thank you for all the women and gentlemen who are in our chat and who are listening. I'm just thankful for our community. It's a community of those who care and love each other. And in the matchless name of Jesus, Lord, thank you and amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Leona, for that prayer. I heartfelt her. I needed it. And then we've got some prayers coming up from some of the ladies there in the group. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started now. And I think for the first part of the show, I wanted to talk about what's feeling a little off or needs tweaking in your home right now. So if you guys could think about that, what's feeling a little off or needs tweaking in your home right now. And I thought about that for my house, and my extended pantry is at sixes and sevens because I've been in and out of there during the
Mhm,
May challenge. I've been finding things in there that I needed to use.
mhm,
And so I need to get that reorganized and do a new inventory so that I know what's going on in there. So I definitely want to work on that. What about you, Leona? And that gives you guys time to tell us what it is that is feeling off or needs a little tweaking in your home.
Well, Miss
Excuse me.
Denise, first of all, I have to just start with the house period, because I have to admit, I kind of went through a thing of I just felt lazy. I was keeping everything in place, but I have not been on top of my daily wiping and doing all of that. Swish and swipe I do, make a bed I do, but some things sometimes you're just tired, and
Yes.
sometimes I just feel that. But my pantry, I tell you what, is the emptiest it has been, I think, in 10 years.
My
And that's
refrigerator. Whew.
I mean, I can see things that I haven't seen in a long time. And
Mhm.
it's funny that you mentioned that, because this past weekend I made a German chocolate. I was going to make a German chocolate cake, but ended up making cupcakes. And
Oh,
do you know why? Because I found my German chocolate, I found the instant coffee, and realized everything I needed was right there
was
in the
right there.
pantry. And it
Okay.
was so nice to end March, on with a German chocolate cake. And Lord have mercy, I thought the
To
big guy
end
was running
May.
flips in May, yes. And so he was. Hold on one second. We got to take care of him. Put in timeout. Okay, okay, he's in timeout.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so it's it was refreshing to be able to look in that pantry and to look in the pantry and actually see space. So it's caused me to rethink how I set up the pantry.
I
And
had the same thought with my spices that I keep in
mhm,
my working pantry, not the spice cabinet, but
mhm.
all those spices that I dry myself. I'm like, I need to do something a little different with that. So we both had the same idea.
Yes, yes. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but
Hmm.
I love having the more openness and
Hmm.
to be able to really see what's in there because sometimes it gets so there's so much in there that I can't see. So I'm going to, I think, reorganize probably by more by dates. What's the closest that I need to use? Those things will be in there and
Hmm.
maybe put those other items in the extended pantry so that they're and then just transfer over as I need to. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to work it out.
Okay. Okay. So now let's just see. I know a few people are putting in
Mm-hmm.
um, what they're going to try to do more. So I'm going to catch them quickly and we'll come back and say hello. But
Mm-hmm.
uh Skies 12 Sky says they need prayers for provision for expensive home repairs. And I know that
Mm-hmm.
people have been having some issues with that. Several people
Mm-hmm.
have talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cray is going to try to organize more. She spent $138 on groceries for the month. So now you got
Wow,
to get
that's not bad
those.
at all.
No. So so yesterday she spent $138, but funds are tight. So now they'll have to use what they had. So now, Cray, are you joining in on the challenge for June now? You're getting your challenge going this month. Let us know how things are going and tell us in the chat exactly what it is you plan on doing.
Yeah.
And then Lacey says she needs to meal plan more after working two jobs for a bit, had too many free for all nights for the family. Oh, I understand. Girl, if you've been working two jobs, when you
Ooh.
get home, the last thing you want to think about is making a meal. But let
Wow.
me encourage you to consider when you have that free time. I don't know if you're working weekends or whatever, those
Mm-hmm.
freezer meals that you were talking about on your show last week,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
making some freezer meals or
Absolutely.
trying some crock pot meals. And if
Oh
you
yeah.
other people in the chat have some suggestions for Lacey on how she can get some meals made somewhat more
Mm-hmm.
simply, throw those in
Absolutely.
for her, please. You got some tips for her, Leona?
Yeah, Lacey, when I worked and went to school, I did both at the same time. I lived in crock pot the crock pot area. Everything
Hmm.
was crock pot, slow cooker, unless I had just a day off or something like that. And so it may be that that may be your best option. But the good thing about that is that you can take the prep time and put your crock pot meals together in advance. Have them in your freezer and then just take them out the night before, or even have somebody else to go to the freezer and take them out for you and say, grab a crock pot meal for me. And then that way, the next morning, it's just a matter of putting it into the crock pot and closing the top and getting it started. But that's a good way to come home to a nice hot meal. Everybody's happy. You're happy because you don't have to stop other
Yeah.
than to just check it. So think about that.
Okay. And then Christina J says she had to laugh because her extended pantry was so bad that she finally took care of it today. She took care of it today. However, now she's got to spend time tomorrow working on her two freezers. They've gotten bad also. I hear
Yeah,
you.
I hear you. My freezer needs a little tweaking as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
with you. But when you're coming in and out and you're really taking a lot of things out and trying to get to those things that you haven't used in a while,
Yes.
then it's going to get out of order.
And
But
one of the things that I realized as you guys talk about that, Christina and then Miss Leona, is that I probably have a couple of chickens or half chickens that's buried way down in the freezer that I
Mhm.
probably should get those out or they're going to get freezer burned.
Absolutely.
So once I get back home,
Mhm.
I will look into getting my freezers sorted out. While
Mhm.
I'm here, I'll just, be helping her and making little meals and things like that. So
Mhm.
I have all that waiting on me when I get home. So yeah. So here's Hazel. And Hazel, thank you for joining us tonight. And let us just say, we want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I will go back up and greet and say hello, but people just started jumping in with their thoughts about what they wanted to do differently. I thought, okay, let's just see what they're saying. Because the chat, as Walter used to say, the chat is hopping.
I see. Hazel says she realizes now that she needs to utilize her pantry more and use it more efficiently. That is a good thing. That is a
Mhm,
good thing because I think that's something that probably all of us go through that stage initially. We have the pantry, we have things in there, but
mhm,
because of time, we just go grab whatever it is and we're out of there. And
mhm.
so this has forced us to have to use it, to really use it.
And then Cray says that she has two freezers full and a pantry, but
Woo.
and they'll eat from all of that. But she
Hmm.
said she just bought stuff that she was out of to fill in.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
makes sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then Lacey, here's some suggestions from Crystal. Crystal says, crock pot or instant pot meals are your friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
best friends. And then Cray says that she's really glad they've been stocking up for the last few years, or they'd really be in a crunch right now.
Mm.
And then Patience said since during the school year, she's buying groceries with good intentions, but she's too tired to cook sometimes. So she's accumulated a lot. But today,
Mhm.
when she was planning dinner, she found great items to cook. Okay, well,
All
good.
right.
Okay, so let's get back on topic.
Mhm.
And I want to apologize to you guys. I have to keep wiping my nose, but I've been in and out of air conditioning, and I'm from one city to another, and the pollen and whatever has just had my nose twitchy all day. So please forgive me for being so indelicate that I have to keep doing that, but it's better than the alternative. Okay, so now let me ask you guys, habits, what habits would you like to um, lean into this month? And we kind of already started one of the ones that I wanted to work on. But as far as habits that I want to lean into this month, I really want to lean into more prayer. I
Mm.
started thinking about this yesterday. I was on a group, on a call with another group, and one of the ladies does morning prayer
Mhm.
on her channel. And so we looked at several other channels that did morning prayer, and I thought, I would like to do more morning prayer. And you know that devotional we bought that Trey
Mhm.
talked about?
Mhm.
I'm going to get that out and
Yeah.
use that. And then Blue Skies gave me a woman's devotional Bible as well. So I'm going
Mhm.
to get those out. And that's going to be one of the things that I do as part of my self care.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Devotions are always good. And for me, it's nice to actually open the
mhm,
Bible and read, but
mhm.
it's nice to have a directed devotional because then you're a little more focused and
Yeah.
you know what it is you're going in for. So, yeah, I'm with you. That sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah. The other thing I thought, oh, well, what did you get to share one first?
Oh, well, um hmm.
Well, I can go ahead while you
Go
think.
ahead, go ahead. I really
Okay.
need to think about that one because that was
Because I
one
wrote
I
down several.
debated on.
Well, the other one that I thought about, and this one I kind of started today, and the culprit that caused this problem is my sister Mickey Blue Skies. Because I was over at her house one day. We were watching With Love Megan, and I was like, "Do you
Uh-huh.
have any candy? What do you have?" Girl, she had some Whoppers. You know those big malted balls with chocolate. I ate a half a box. And so I thought, these were really good. So then we went to the store yesterday to pick up some few things to bring with us on the trip. And I said, let me get some more of those Whoppers. Girl, I bought a box of those Whoppers. I ate the whole box before I went to bed that night. And whenever I eat that kind of stuff, it gives me vertigo. I thought, okay, one of the habits that I'm going to lean into for the month of June is less sugar. So
Yeah.
I had bought 2 boxes of Whoppers. I left the other box at home. I thought I'm gonna leave this box here. I'm not gonna look at it. And then, so if I'm gonna lean into less sugar, that means
Mhm.
1 cup of coffee because
Mhm.
I like my creamer in it with their sugar in that. No candy. I said
No
no more
candy.
candy for June,
Mhm.
and just dessert on Sunday. Got to have some sweet. So I thought, okay,
Yeah.
you can make dessert for Sunday dinner. But I
Yeah.
thought I have got to do that because I was when we went on a mission trip to an Indian reservation in was it Wisconsin? Way up in Wisconsin, I think, in the North Woods of
Mhm.
I can't remember the North Woods of wherever we were
Mhm.
at. And diabetes runs heavily in the Native
Mhm.
American people. And
Mhm.
one of the um, people in that tribe had written a book called A River Runs Through Us. A
Wow.
river runs through us. And I thought,
Mhm.
as African Americans, a river runs through us as well.
That's right.
And I thought, I don't want to be sticking my toes in that river. So I thought, okay, Denise,
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't know, that title just popped into my head from when we had, read the
Mhm.
book when we were there on our mission trip. So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, you're gonna have to see what you can do differently. So you'll
Yeah.
have to ask me how I'm doing.
Well, my thing is that I need to drink more water. And that's something I really have to do. Two things: more exercise, more water. And
Hmm.
I find that as I drink more water, that I really do feel much, much better.
Hmm.
The energy levels better,
Yeah.
and I feel more like walking. But so that's going to be my big thing in June, getting back into the routine of drinking the
Uh-huh.
water and exercising.
Okay. Okay. And then of course, like since it's June is gardening season, so I'll
Hmm.
be out every morning watering my garden. And you had talked about rest and peace. One of the
Hmm.
things that's peaceful for me is when I go out, and I wake the cat up, or the cat's up when I go out there to feed him. And I'll sit there and I'll pet him for a little bit, then I'll feed him.
Hmm.
And then I'll go out and water and just kind of walking around, watering the veggies and the flowers, and
Hmm.
I'll pat the flowers. It's
Hmm.
just so restful. You can hear the birds twittering and all of that.
Hmm.
So I want to spend more time sitting on the porch and just
Hmm.
being. Mickey used to tell me that all the time. She would say, Denise, you don't take enough time to just be. You're
Yeah.
always busy. And she even
Hmm.
bought me a book that says rest. So I'm going to try to take her advice
Hmm.
and lean into that for June.
Hmm. Well, I tend during the summer to do more reading,
Hmm.
and usually that's on the deck.
Hmm.
I'm on the screen porch and nice comfy chair, and that gives me a chance to really read because
Hmm.
seemingly once the fall hits, I don't have time. And I don't know why that is. I guess because the porch is, it starts to get cooler. I don't want to sit out there for a long time. But
Hmm.
uh, I love to read. And
Hmm.
so I have a stack of books already ready to go.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay. Well, let's see. Nitty T is here.
Yay.
And she says she's decluttered every room in her home. It's been a lot of work, but worth
Mhm.
it. And she's ready to refresh the look of her home. Okay. She feels
Ah.
focused, calm, and rested, getting rid of things we no longer need. And you know
Mhm.
what? I did look up when I was on the shuttle ride down here. I was just kind of
Mhm.
looking up when I talked about I wanted to have a simpler life for the summer. And I
Mhm.
looked up, well, how can I simplify my life? One of the first things
Mhm.
it said was declutter. Fewer
Mhm.
things makes life so much simpler.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to take a bag out of here every week.
So Lacey, oh no, that's a good idea. A bag a week.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. Lacey's thanks is thanking you and everybody for the tips. She'll
Oh,
get some crock pot meals prep for her next round of double jobs that start next week. Okay,
oh,
Lacey?
bless your heart.
And try to find some time to rest, Lacey, because you got to fill
Mm-hmm.
up your cup.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Crystal, let's see. Crystal says she's personally thinking about her health. If
Mm.
she's not taking care of me, I'm not able to take care of my loved ones. And that is so true. Max, what you looking for? And that is so true. It's like if you don't care for self, you don't have
Mm-hmm.
anything to gift anyone up. If your cup is like on empty, you run it on empty, there's
That's
nothing you
right.
can give. So,
And you know, women as women too, we need to stay on top of our health.
mhm.
And that's one of those things. Do it now.
Alexandra is saying hi. Happy to catch a lot of
Oh,
it.
happy Wednesday to you,
Erica says
Erica.
habit focus, same as you. Drink water,
Mm-hmm.
drink water, drink water,
Mm-hmm.
stretch, exercise, and walking. Yep, Erica, I'm right
I'm
there with
with you,
you. I
Erica.
do all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Nitty T says she wants to spend less, to
Lean in.
lean into spending more time with herself and not feel guilty about it.
I love
I
it.
like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Taking
I
time
like
for
that.
yourself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we looked at um, what are some of the things that we wanted to kind of lean into.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and people have let us know what they're working on. Let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about some things we're loving right now. 5 things that we're loving right now. And Leona, would you like to start?
Okay, well, I'll start. Um, I first of all am loving my Watkins dishwasher and
Oh,
spray. I guess I'll be nice and can I tell everybody? Miss
sure.
Miss Denise in one of her videos was using this Watkins dishwashing liquid and spray, and we got to talking. And I said, you know, I love Watkins products, but I don't have that here. So I looked up one day, and darn if it wasn't in the mail, and she had sent some to me, which she knows I really appreciate that. But I am loving it every day. I am loving it. Even Conway was over there squirting the other day. I said, wait a minute, don't use up my spray.
I just love the way it smells. It smells
It
so good.
does. It does. It smells wonderful. So that's one of the things I'm enjoying. I am enjoying, I also bought a Bissell um, Crosswave for because we have all hardwood floors, and
Oh,
I bought a Bissell Crosswave, and oh my goodness, I love it because I am able to knock out the floors in nothing flat. They look wonderful, and so because you know during the summer you have that tendency to track in all you know from inside. You bring
my
that
husband calls them deer tracks.
Yes, that's it. Almost, almost. And the other day it was so funny while Conway was out cutting grass. I thought, okay, I'll do the kitchen and dining room, take care of that. And everything had dried. It looked so shiny. I'm looking at it. And don't you know, he forgot to take his shoes off before he came in. And then I get plump, plump. I get shoe prints all the way in. I
And
went,
your ass
ah.
probably.
And so, anyway, but the good news is that I can always pull out the crosswave and go back over that area quickly. But that's one
Okay.
of the big things I'm enjoying. And I guess a recipe that I'm enjoying for the summer, and you and I talked
Well,
about
before
that.
you talk about the recipe, let me share my
Okay.
product.
Okay.
So the product that I'm really loving this summer is the
Mhm.
Pink Stuff Rose Scented Window Cleaner,
Rose
or I should say
scented.
glass cleaner.
Okay.
I was watching La Sharika at home one day, and
Hmm.
she was cleaning the glass in her bathrooms and different places, and she was talking about how good it was. And you know, I like Windex,
Hmm.
or I like a Method glass cleaner.
Hmm.
I thought, well, let me just give it a try. That stuff is the real deal. It does not streak at all, and it smells so good. So I bought some of it, and I tried it, and I loved it. So I'm loving that this summer. And the other
Okay.
thing, Clorox toilet bowl cleaner.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
I did buy some of the new Clorox multi-purpose cleaner. This is
Mm-hmm.
not your mama's Clorox cleaner because it doesn't
Right.
have any bleach in it. It's
Mm-hmm.
plant-based. It's safe for your family, your
Mm-hmm.
pets. You can even use it around your food. So
Yeah.
it's not regular bleach.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a multi-purpose cleaner. But I
Mm-hmm.
like the Clorox toilet bowl cleaner because that stuff works no matter what. So I have been um, working on a toilet at somebody's house, and I mean, the ring was heavy. So I
Oh.
thought I had got that new pink stuff toilet bowl cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to work on everything. Girl, it didn't do a thing. But I put that Clorox toilet bowl cleaner in there, and boom, the next day that ring was gone. So I'm like,
What?
why am I trying something new when the old stuff works?
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I love. There's Clorox products are good. They are
Mm-hmm.
good,
Mm-hmm.
and they're dependable. That's the good thing.
Now
Well,
tell us about your recipe.
now my new recipe. I think what I'm going to be working on this summer is that I love bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches, and now
Oh, I do
that
too.
the summer is in, I want big, beefy tomatoes, and that's going to be my thing. Homemade bread.
Of
I'm
course.
making homemade bread. I want good bacon when I can afford it, and lettuce and tomatoes. I can't wait to get
Okay.
into that for June.
Okay. Sounds good to me. And then let's see, that's the product. We talked about the product. What
Hmm.
about daily routines? What about the daily routines that you're loving? Well, I shouldn't say that. What are some homemaking habits that you're loving this summer for June? For me, I'm leaning into my daily routines for June because I
Hmm.
got a little off track last month while I was doing some
Hmm.
other things. So I'm leaning into my daily routines. So loading the dishwasher every night,
Hmm.
daily swish and swipe, bed making every day, wiping down the tables and the table and the cabinet every night, and clutter stops 3 times a day, but particularly before bed. I'm
Hmm.
leaning into that daily routine because that's what helps me to keep my house under control.
It does. It does. And I really didn't get away from the typical daily routines. But
Mm-hmm.
the funny thing is that now I've gotten Conway into some of the routines. And so he's
Mm-hmm.
kind of gotten into doing some of those routines. So sometimes when I get ready to do it, he's already done it, which is
Mm-hmm.
so nice. And so my routine is going to make sure that he keeps his routine.
I
But
like it.
I do. I stick with that morning routine of making sure that the bathrooms are clean. Your bed is made because
Mm-hmm.
it was so nice when my grandbaby came in and she said, "Mimi, your bedroom looks like a magazine." And I said,
Oh,
"Well, what is it about the bed about it that you like? Your bed looks so pretty." Because I had all the pillows all fluffy and they
mm-hmm.
were all up there, and I got so tickled, and so I told my son what she said. He just kind of went, but it was. I told him. He said, "Do you do that every day?" I said, "Every day." And I said, "You should remember that. I've always been a bed maker, no matter what." He said, "Yeah, but Dad usually did it because he was usually in the bed when I left for work." And so you can't always depend on what the bed's going to look at when he does it. But that's one of the things of keeping that routine, that morning routine going, because it really
Okay.
does make a difference for the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really does. When you get that bed made, it just kind of sets your day up for
Hmm.
success. You've gotten one thing done and you can feel good about that. And then your bed is the largest item in the room. So if the bed is
Hmm.
messy, makes the whole room look messy. But if the
It
bed
does.
is neat, it makes the room look neater. So yeah, that's a good
Mhm.
thing to consider doing.
Oh, one thing before you go any further, I was reading this article yesterday and it was talking about the value of vinegar. And, we're into more natural products, trying
Mm-hmm.
to make sure we have those. And what it was saying is that we need to put a little saucer of vinegar somewhere in the house, because what that does is that any odors that we may not notice that may be in the house, that it will draw those odors and take them
Oh.
out. You know how sometimes, I don't care how clean your house is, you'll go out and come back in and it's just kind of like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the fragrance I was
Mickey
going
calls
for.
that nose blind.
Exactly. So it says to use a little container of vinegar. You can put it in an inconspicuous place, but just to use that rather than using all the like wax cubes and all that, that it really does a
Oh.
better job than using the candles and burning the candles.
Okay,
Hmm.
I like that idea. In my daughter's house, when they moved in, the previous owner, the lady had these little balls about this big. They almost looked like
Hmm.
little cat toys. They're just little,
Uh-huh.
but they were filled with baking soda.
Uh-huh.
And she would put them in just different areas of the house. It was like
Hmm.
one in the kitchen, up in this one pantry, one in
Hmm.
the food pantry. And I'm
Hmm.
thinking that's probably what those little things for. They kind of, like you said, trap the odor. I like the
Hmm.
idea of the vinegar though, in a
Mhm.
little bowl somewhere. I'm gonna try
Mhm.
that. No, no, you just have a small container, and it
Mhm.
just kind of pulls the odor there. You don't have such a big bowl that you can smell it all
No.
over the house.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see, what other five things you're loving right now? Oh, one of them on the list was a mindset shift or reminder that's been grounding. And my mindset shift is that self-care is critical.
Absolutely.
And I thought, Denise, you have just got to take care of yourself. There's things that I just need to do. Sometimes I put off because
Mhm.
I'm busy doing something for somebody else.
Mhm.
Or I'm like, well, let me take care of this first, or let me take care of that first. But it's like,
Mhm.
no, you're going to take care of yourself first and put those other things on the list. And as moms, as women, so often we don't
Mhm.
even put ourselves on the list. Or if we do, we're at the bottom
You're
of the
right.
list.
That's
But
right.
if we could put ourselves at number one on the list and
Mhm.
then put the other things we need to do, like they say on the airplane, put the oxygen mask on yourself first and
First.
then help
Mhm.
others.
That's true. And that is
Oh,
so true.
let me show you. I almost forgot. Let me show you what I got. So my cousin gave me this. He gave
Oh,
one to Mick too.
oh, how nice.
And
And
isn't
it's
it
so
pretty?
pretty.
It is just so pretty. So I'm wear this tomorrow.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's beautiful. Well, yeah, our mindset. My mindset is going to be that I am going to let go of those things that I can't control.
Mm.
Sometimes we tend to hold on to things or things happening to people in our family. We think we can
Mm.
solve the problem. I know I have a
You on my
solution
street
to
now.
everything. And I am shifting to giving it to God and not taking it back. I'm going to let Him handle it.
Okay. I'm
Um,
trying to do that, Leona. You and I have
mhm,
talked about this before, and I've talked to
mhm.
Mickey Blue Skies about that as well. And she keeps saying, Denise, I hear you saying it. I hear you saying it. I hear you saying it. But you're so right. It's like those things you can't control or
Mhm,
those situations you can't control,
mhm.
let it go.
That's right.
I'm just like, and we had talked about that very same thing yesterday. So
Mhm.
I hear
Yep.
you. Well, let's
Mhm.
get over here and see who, whatever we got. We've got Shannon Parker, who was one of the first ones on, and she's a new viewer and wanted to
Oh,
say she's loving the content. Oh, she
you're
says I'm fabulous.
fabulous.
And she's looking forward to catching up on all my videos. Thank you,
Oh,
Shannon. And I
that's
hope you can
sweet.
find something um, that
Mm-hmm.
will keep you engaged. And don't forget to check out Miss Leona. She's got some wonderful stuff over there too. When you talked about cooking, girlfriend can cook. I've learned so much from her. One of the things I'm going to do this summer too is learn how to make your bread. So I'm going to lean into your sourdough class.
All right, all right. We're getting it. I'm getting it together, and just bread in general,
Hmm.
and finding bread that we can do weekly.
Okay. And
Fresh
then
bread.
Crystal says she's rarely gets to join a live. So she's already jumped in with
Oh,
several
that's
comments. So we're
good.
glad to have you
Mm-hmm.
there. And then Erica says we're her favorite people. So we
Oh.
like that. And Tamika's here. So hey, Tamika, hello, my second life, my second hand life.
Mm-hmm.
And Crystal says she's little bit lighter by putting herself first for a change, not
Mm-hmm.
ignoring the kids or grandkids, but focusing on her and her health. And see, that's what, yes, you have to do
Mm-hmm.
that. That's exactly
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at right now, trying to
Mm-hmm.
think about that. So, yes.
You're absolutely
All
right.
right. Now let's see what's at the bottom. Oh, Alexandria said, hey, happy Wednesday.
Hey.
And Hazel needs to downsize and declutter. And then
Mm-hmm.
Mom Margie is here. Hey there, Margie. Good to have you here. Here's Tam.
Got Tamara.
Tuning in late. Got to catch the replay. Yes, Tam, you do want to do that. And then Linda says she's coming in late tonight.
We're glad you're here.
Yes, we're just glad you're here. And then Joyce,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. She says
Oh,
bats
good.
are great. I think she might have had a misspelling. Maybe cats when I was talking about petting
Cats.
my
I
cat.
bet you it's cats. Mm-hmm.
And then Erica says she's hanging her plants, petunias and begonias.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, you know what, though? Those are
They're
two
still
that are
living.
easy to grow too. So hopefully they're
Mm-hmm.
doing well for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got a question here.
Uh-huh. Well, actually, the article said white vinegar, and I would do that. I would start with the white because that's what they said. Most of us have white vinegar sitting in our pantries
Hmm.
anyway.
And apple vinegar is a little bit stronger in smell, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Megan.
Oh,
Oh,
she's loving this live.
good.
Oh, you know what? Crystal says the serenity prayer. I think that's what she feels like you're alluding to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It says something like, help me to accept the things that I can't
Things.
change, to
That's right.
change the things that I can't, something like that. But
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Mm-hmm. You're
yes.
absolutely. Sorry, Denise.
No, it's okay. You know, mine usually goes off, but I'm not at home this time. So, okay. So, and then 12 Sky likes us. So we appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. So we talked about the things that we wanted to reset and redo.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the things that we're loving right now. So
Mm-hmm.
viewers are make sure you let us know what you're loving right now. I don't think we've had enough of you tell us about that. And then also while you guys are here, what should we talk about for this month? Now I know Miss Leona probably has her calendar planned out until December. I'm not quite as organized as she is. I'm still working on my June and July calendar. So let us know what y'all want us to talk about this month.
We're working on that tentative plan, but some in the summer things get in the way, and so
Mhm.
sometimes we get everything done that we plan or not. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Tell me about some things you may want us to make. We had even talked about doing some dual cooking, and so we'll get into that a little later. Ella's
Ella
here.
says maybe food. I'm not
Hmm.
sure what she means by
Oh, she's
that.
loving her food. Okay. I think that's what
Oh,
she's.
oh, 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 okay, gotcha.
Okay.
And 12 skies, strawberry plants are flashing. My strawberry plants are looking good. Let's hope they keep going. A
Good. Good.
rabbit get into my basil though, ate all the leaves off the one of them, the whole
Oh
tops off
no.
one of them, not my other one, but this other. I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
goodness. I'm like, where's the cat when I need him? I kept calling to come around the back to chase the stupid rabbit away. No, he wasn't there then.
No, they must be about the same size.
There it is.
There it is. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right, Crystal. You're absolutely right.
Yes, that's Blue Skies is telling me that every day.
I know.
Oh,
Oh,
listen to
Ellen,
what
her phone
her
picked up
phone
our
picked up our
conversation.
conversation. You know what? My phone has been doing that too. Like I'll be talking to someone, and all of a sudden I look on my phone, and it's like the speaker
The-
has recorded everything I just said. I'm like, wait a minute, the phone was off. I know Siri has just too much.
mm-hmm. It's all that AI running around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wire
Oh,
waste baskets. I might have to try that.
yeah.
I might have to try that. Okay.
And maybe use zip ties to kind of lock them down.
Mm-hmm. So
Oh,
again, ladies and gents, tell us what are you loving right now, and what tell us what we should talk about next month. That's the big thing.
mm-hmm,
Like what? Not next month, but this month and next month. We'd like to know what you want,
mm-hmm,
and then what kind of encouragement or help can we give you as we continue on this journey.
mm-hmm,
One of the things that I like to do is I teach traditional homemaking to today's homemaker. Miss Leona teaches home cooking to the home cook. She teaches just how to basic things and
mm-hmm.
how you do this and how you do that and different things. Oh, I'm speaking of that. I made your
I
pasta
saw
e
that.
fagioli,
Uh-huh.
and the question is, because when I was watching, I was like, well, she didn't put the pasta in the soup before she went off. And then I realized why when I made it, because if you put all that pasta in there, it'll absorb all the liquid. So
It
when I
would.
made mine, I put the pasta in a different dish and then I put some in the bowl and put the soup in the
Mm-hmm,
bowl. Is that
mm-hmm.
how you do it?
Yes.
Okay.
And two, you want to make sure that if you're going to add it to the soup itself, then do it like the last 10 minutes. And then that way it doesn't take as much of your liquids away
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't get mushy because I know I like my pasta al dente.
Mm-hmm.
And so that way it keeps it at a nice texture. Now, by the next day, of course, it's going to soak up whatever and it's still going to be good. But at least that first time you got nice, really nice pasta. And,
Well, I
I don't,
drained mine and put it in a different bowl and kept them separate. Then when
mhm,
I put when
yeah.
I placed it up, I put a little
Hmm.
bit of the pasta at the bottom of the dish and then put
Hmm.
two big scoops of the soup on top and then mixed it up.
Uh-huh. Hmm. I don't even when some people when they prepare their spaghetti, they put the spaghetti in the sauce and all that
Mhm.
together. I don't. I put the sauce on top of the spaghetti, and mainly for that reason.
Okay. Oh, Mom Margie, thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
And then we've got 12 Sky.
Oh,
Oh, she likes the
thank
prayers.
you.
Maybe we should pray more often.
Mhm. Mhm.
I want to learn to pray better. I want to work on
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Pray the scripture. And then you heard the peanut gallery, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've been spending more of my time outside, Margie says, in the garden, as Kenny is a little
Oh.
dehydrated. And yeah, you know what? As we lean into June, I'll be doing more
Mhm.
of that, canning as well,
Mhm.
because we're gardening and also trying some more pressure canning. So, and let me tell you about the peanut gallery. So
Oh,
she was
where is
over one
the
day.
peanut gallery needs to come over where she can be seen.
Come over, peanut gallery. Leona wants to see you. I'm doing my hair. Oh, she's washing her hair.
Oh, okay.
She's washing her
Okay.
hair, but making comments from the peanut gallery. So she dropped in one day to visit, and I'm always glad to see her. So she dropped in to visit, and I had just made the Salisbury steak, and I was making the
Mhm.
mashed potatoes. So I was talking about that, and so she was just sitting there at the chair watching, and I was pouring the butter on top. She's like, "That's a lot of butter." I'm like, "Would you be quiet?" She kept making comments, She's like, "Oh."
I thought that too, but it looked so good. It was so mouth
Oh, wait,
watering.
what? You thought that too? Mickey, she said she thought that too.
I'm looking at it as you're going around and around all those little crevices. I thought, oh my goodness, those potatoes are going to be slamming.
But you know what, though? That was a whole big bowl of mashed potatoes.
Yeah,
By
it
the time,
was. Yeah,
mm,
yeah, but
and
it
I don't
really
make
did
it
look
like that
good.
very often. Girl,
Yeah.
Salisbury steak and those mashed potatoes.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, Leona. I cannot tell you how good they were. And I didn't, with those lentils and no mushrooms, it didn't
mhm.
miss a beat. Did not miss a beat. But anyway, I'm
I'm,
going on a tangent.
I'm gonna have to try
Okay.
that. I hadn't tried the lentils.
I hadn't
Okay.
either, but I didn't have any mushrooms.
Oh,
So,
I hear you. I hear you. Okay, Eric had a
wait,
question. There we go. Whoops.
wait,
What happened? There it
there.
goes.
Okay.
Absolutely. You can freeze those rotisserie chickens. Now, I don't usually let mine stay more than um, a month, couple months. They never last that long. But I guess if you wrap them really well, you could probably use them within 3 months max.
Mm.
But for the most part, you want to use them at least within a month or 2 months.
I
And
usually use mine within 2 to 3 months, but if I'm going to
mhm,
freeze it, I will
mhm,
either cut it in half or freeze the whole
mhm,
thing. But I'll use my
mhm.
vacuum sealer to freeze it.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And it stays in the freezer quite nicely. I usually tear them out apart and start making. I see you over there. Uh, take them out apart and put them into pieces according to whatever meal I'm going to do. So, yeah, but never too much butter. I see you, Ella. Shame on you. Shame on
Mickey
you.
Alabaster says, never too much butter.
Gotta have that butter. Oh,
You hear Mickey says, because the heart attack waiting to happen. Oh, Lola made a Salisbury
Salisbury
steak
steak.
last night, but without mushrooms or lentils. Okay.
Okay.
I've been making a
Mhm.
lot of gravy lately, though, and oh my gosh, I love it.
I know. I
Oh,
know.
wait, wait,
Have-
wait. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Mickey, JC said she thought that too about potatoes. She was waiting for the sour cream to go in next. Mickey was sitting there in the chair, and she had already been talking earlier, and I kept saying, "Would you be quiet?" And she said, "Oh, I forgot," because like my husband knows now when I'm working on stuff, he doesn't talk, so
right.
she's just sitting there making all kinds of little comments, and I'm like, so she said, "Oh, okay, cut that out." And so then I started pouring. That's a lot of butter. I'm like, "Would you shut up?" And so now all you guys are saying. JC says, I thought that too about the potatoes. I was waiting for the sour cream.
Yeah, some sour cream would have been awfully good.
That would have
Just
been
one
some
dollar on top.
serious potatoes.
If you're
Yeah, they
gonna be
were pretty
bad,
good,
be very
especially
bad.
with that gravy on top. Mm, mm, mm,
Mm,
mm,
mm,
mm.
mm, 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 mm.
But
So
she doesn't listen to me ever.
I do
Okay.
listen to you. She
What she
has baby sister syndrome. She says I never listen to her.
say?
So Tam says she's vacuum sealed the rotisserie chicken for the freezer.
Mhm, mhm.
Molly says, do you freeze chicken on the bone or off? She was taught
Either
to do
way,
both. Yeah, either
I
way,
do.
if it's already cooked, I just cut it in
Mhm,
half, and because sometimes for just the hubby and I don't need to cook whole chicken, so I'll cut it in half, freeze
mm,
one half, and then we'll have the other half in, or use one half,
mhm.
or in a day or so, and then make dumplings or something with the other part. But yeah,
Yeah. I
I
usually
don't
take the
do the
main
bone.
parts off and keep the backbone intact so that I have the backbones in one bag and everything
Mm-hmm.
else in another. That way I can pull it out to make broth.
Mm-hmm. So Margie says we over here having fun. Yes, we are.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So now, see, Molly said the potatoes looked great. Thank you, Molly. I
Yes.
appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Molly's got my back.
Well, Molly, yes, those potatoes did look good with that butter, but I was watching it at about 10:30 at night. So it was like mouth is watering. It was just so bad. I'm going, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And then when she put the gravy on top of it, I was done. It was like,
Now, that's a pretty good Sunday dinner. You can't eat like that every
oh
day.
yeah, that's
But
right.
Sunday dinner,
Yeah, you can throw down
okay.
on Sunday.
Hmm. All right. Well, Leona, I don't have anything else to add tonight to tonight's show. Do you have something you want to share? How's it coming with your sourdough stuff?
Well, sourdough's coming. I'm working on that for the summer, and hopefully by the end of the summer, I'll have a nice little sourdough class. And I'm also working on bread because I really believe that all of us at
Yeah.
this point should be making our own bread. And I know a lot of you do, but there are those who are just a little uncomfortable. And so I'm hoping to be able to bring some recipes to you that are going to be easy for you to do so that you can keep what you're preparing for your family and what you have in your house
Hmm.
easy and healthy, because
Yes.
then you know what's going in your food. And I've just gotten into that place of I'm looking at some of the things, when you have bread to sit on your shelf and it's almost a week and a half later and it still hasn't molded, you're kind of going, okay, they put something in there.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking into that and working on that. But I
Okay.
want to be able to do it in a series. So then that way we'll be able to have that. And that's something that hopefully will help all of you to be able to get on board and start trying it out. And that's really what you have to do. Just be brave enough to try it out. I'm trying to get Miss
Exactly.
Denise to work with me with the sourdough. We're going
I'm
to get
going
our
to,
starter. Okay, we're going to get our starter done together. And
when I get back home, I
yeah,
promise.
yeah, oh yeah. And but that's something that would be fun for the summer to be able to do. And it's warm enough too to be able to get that starter started quickly because
Hmm.
it is so warm. So that's something we can do fun. And
You see how long I left that comment by Molly up.
I noticed that. I noticed that. We got oh, okay. Um, Molly's cute. She said, Molly's got she says help guide her. Oh, Molly.
Thank you. So Erica said tonight's show was fun. And
I'm
that was
so
what we
glad.
wanted to do tonight. We wanted to have fun and have you guys just kind of think about what you wanted to lean into for June and
Hmm.
to kind of prep, and also let us know what you wanted to see from us for June and July. And even August. Well, just definitely June and July, because once we hit August, we start looking at fall and stuff like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
But for June and July, let us know what you want to see. And, go on either one of our community tabs and leave a little note over there. And then Ella makes bread
And cinnamon
and
rolls
cinnamon rolls and
and
dinner
dinner
rolls.
rolls. All right.
Oh, Mick says honey butter biscuits. She wants to learn how to do that. And Nicole is saying hello.
Aw.
And wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, Ella put the note up. Miss Denise is a little hard headed. Now, see, Blue Sky's got everybody jumping on me tonight. No, I am not kidding at all.
Extremely. As they say in Turkey, choke, choke.
Now, see, I'm not gonna be able to pipe her down now because she goes, yeah, I see, I told you, but you didn't listen to me. See, I told you. But anyway,
Oh,
everybody's really been enjoying tonight's show.
good,
They're gonna see us
good.
next week. And
Oh, Mom says she
oh,
makes her own bread. Good.
but she's been having a problem with the sourdough.
Okay. Well, we'll see what we can work with that. So you probably have your starter, and I've got an easy sourdough that once you have the starter, you can just put the bread together and it pretty much takes care of itself. It's
Mhm.
not something you really have to spend a lot of time with, and I like that. Um, we'll work on that. Work on that
Yeah,
sourdough.
yeah, we will do that. So, all right. Well, Leona, I'm going to wrap things up then. I just
All
want
right.
to say I appreciate you, everybody, joining us tonight. And
Absolutely.
we're going to quiet down here so we can kind of get some things in motion for tomorrow.
Hmm.
So we'll see you next week. Leona, thank you so much for that heartfelt prayer. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
absolutely. And I
Oh,
will
Ella
keep.
says like her daughter, Denise. Hmm.
Well, I will certainly keep you in prayer in the morning, and keep your cousin in prayer as well,
Hmm.
that things go well. And we'll just continue to pray about that and pray for her healing.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. So, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will see you next week, but only next week
Hmm.
will be on Miss Leona's channel. I don't know what she has in store for us, but it'll be something good. And be
Absolutely.
sure to, again, let us know what it is you do want to see. And
Please.
we'll see you next time. Leona, stay
All
right
right.
there. Everybody else, I'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.